Hey everyone, Phil here from The Jaded Filmmaker. I am doing my first vlog on my new Sony A7R5. I've already done 2 weddings, I've filmed 2 weddings with the camera, and I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought the image would be better, although I didn't buy it for videography particularly. I wanted a kind of a hybrid camera. I did notice that the image is a bit clearer when shooting in 4K, whether it's 25p or 50p on my A7 IV. The A7S3 is definitely a bit clearer and nicer. So there's a bit going on, you know, it's pixel binning and all that, and I can make do, that's fine, I can live with it. But I was a little bit underwhelmed. So I could notice some artifacts, particularly in a wide shot, like resolving fine resolution, like leaves of trees and things like that. I could tell there was some kind of little bit of artifacts from the downsampling there, and also in shadows, I noticed it can get noisier than the A7S3 and the A7 IV. Anyway, don't want to make it all about that. I was going to make my first vlog the tennis, because it's my favourite time of the year when tennis comes to Sydney. And I did try that. Here are some amazing shots from my attempted first vlog. But I kind of gave up on it because it's kind of a pain in the bum taking cameras around everywhere, particularly in a place where they don't really want you to do that. You know, apart from crowds, everyone will be watching and whatever. You can't take long lenses, and you can't, without a media pass, you can't take good shots of the players anyway. And just as a side note, side rant, they've ruined that tournament. You used to be able to go out the back, watch the players, get to meet them and stuff, and now it's all monetized and there's only like one major match and that's it. So, plus carrying it around. Anyway, I abandoned that vlog and here we are. So today's vlog is about the video features, and that's pretty much all I want to say. Like, I really love the 9 million dot viewfinder. That is particularly helpful for photography, and someone like me who's starting to decide whether to wear glasses now and use the viewfinder as well. But in a hybrid sense, the 9 million dot viewfinder is going to be awesome for both photo and video. But one more gripe, I like to punch in to confirm focus when I'm filming, and when I punch in on this camera, let's just see how bright this is, it doesn't magnify properly. Yeah, so when you punch in, you just see this jaggy, aliased and moire'd larger image, I guess, but by no means is it magnified in terms of resolution. And the A7 IV was a clearer punch-in, so very disappointed about that. Having said that, a lot of the times the punch-in feature for photography is disabled anyway, unless you're using manual focus. So disappointed, but still happy to have the 9 million dot viewfinder. Now that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Just show you a bit of the camera on 24mm vlogging. I'm trying to get the shutter speed down. This ND only goes to 32, so I got the shutter speed down to 1 in 1,000. This is all riveting stuff, and I've noticed it doesn't matter what settings I use or how I explain or why I ended up that way. There's always people who complain. So today's vlog will just be a quick one. Just talk about, so yeah, 2 weddings so far. The 4K when you punch in is supposed to be clearer, although on the day, using just the viewfinder, I couldn't find any noticeable differences, and I will have another look on the computer to see if that's the case, if it's clearer or not. I think it matters more when it's low light, and if you're a clever wedding shooter, you probably won't push 12,800 ISO anyway when you're doing like S-logs and all that kind of business, because to me that's a bit insane. Bear with me. I would rather light a shot in a nice way, not obtrusive. Like if they say don't use lighting, what they usually mean is they don't want you to ruin the ambiance of their wedding, of their room. But you can easily get there early, set up a bi-colored light, match the lighting, get the lighting you need for speeches and whatever in dark receptions. You don't have to shoot no lighting and crank your ISO. I don't recommend ever shooting that way. And I haven't come across in my 10 years one scenario where I've been ordered not to. Actually, there was one very fussy wedding planner, but when I showed her my lighting, whatever, I had to convince her. And a few minutes later, she was like, that's fine. So yeah, almost one lady in 10 years telling me not to use lights. I see a couple of examples online saying, oh, I have to shoot this way, I have to keep the ambiance, and he's walking around with his 12,800 ISO, and it's fine, but doesn't look amazing. There's no drama, it's a bit flat. All the natural lighting and the shadows when you're in natural lighting isn't ideal. Could have done so much better just dropping it down, having a little, soft light source, tune the light to match the ambience, and that would have been much better. Anyway, I'm rambling because I'm not going to talk about photography in this vlog. I'm going to leave it there. I have noticed a game changer when it comes to photography with this A7R5, and I'm not talking about the so-called artificial intelligence which assists you in its autofocusing. There is another game changer for us wedding photographers, and no one's talking about it, and I will cover that in my next video. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye.